Now this boy, 10 years old boy, right? Me and this boy, this side said, apparently these are the boys that the Tinubu government arrested, that they were flying Russian flag. All these children where you see like this now, they go prison because they could not secure bail for them. They are going to the prison now. They could not secure bail for them. Now the question is this: what does this boy know about flag? This boy does not even have a basic education, let alone knowing that he flew a flag. So you are charging all these kids for treason. Me, I just came out of cell, and I was with them. That's the craziest part. This morning I was going to pee when I woke up. I was going to pee when I saw this boy. I was like, this boy is my children. So now we came to court. They could not grant their bail. They have adjourned the case. So where are they going to sleep? They are going to sleep beside the cell again. And already they stayed for more than 90 days. Today is the 93rd day. 93 days for all the children. See them everywhere. Today is the 93rd one bowl. This one only. Which food?
Remember the end bad government protest that took place in August? Nigeria arraigned young children within the ages of 12 to 18. 75 of them were arrested and put behind bars. These children were charged with 10 counts terrorism and an attempt to overthrow the government. Like, seriously? Guys, take a good look at these children. Do they look like people who can overthrow the government? The funny thing is that since August 3rd, these children have been kept behind bars, unattended to, without food, without medical attention, without nothing. Look how unkept they look. Look how sick they look. So malnourished.
What kind of I don't know why. For goodness sake. This is treason. This is so hard.
911 were not called upon, no paramedics around to attend to these children. They were just left on the floor like that, crying, hungry, weak. They couldn't even help themselves. And the funny thing is that it was their lawyers who bought snacks, biscuits, and bottled water for these children.
That's something that these days, that's what the children say. My case is different than a child woman.
In fact, God will bless their lawyers. God will increase them. No evil will come near them. God will continue to keep them safe and their families. Do you know that it is because their lawyers refused to give up on these children that they finally agreed to arraign these children down to court? Else they would have left them behind bars and forgotten about them long before now. But because the lawyers keep persisting, that is why they arraigned them to court.
Why should they spend 93 days in police custody when they should be in school? And the government can arrest 10, 12, 13-year-old and keep them in custody for 93 days. But the government has not been able to arrest Yabelo 6 months after. Is it not a parody of some sort that we have two separate countries? One country for the rich, one country for the poor.
Another funny yet interesting part of this is that they granted them bail and the case has been adjourned to January. They've been granted bail of 10 million naira per person. Yes, you heard me right. You are as shocked as I am. Very well. I'm so cold down to my nerves. 10 million naira. If these children had this 10 million naira before the protest, do you think they would have come out for any protest? Even if it was just 100,000 naira, do you think these children would have come out? They would have gone to help themselves, maybe buy some goods, resell to make little profit in order to make ends meet. And these children were charged 10 million naira on bail? My God. And this is not for all the children, no, this is per child. Is it a new sort of formula for fundraising for Nigerian government? Oh, I don't get. Our chief judge, we are trying to put ourselves in consideration and imagining what you were thinking when you made this utterance. Because, man, 10 million naira per child? Wow.
Justice Obiora Igwatu granted them bail of 10 million naira each and to sureties in like sum. He also held that the sureties are to submit their international passport to the court registrar alongside passport photographs. The sureties are also to swear to an affidavit of means.
We have been granted bail. We will strive hard to meet the bail conditions if we can. The conditions are quite neck-breaking. It is like giving bail with the right hand and taking with the left hand. We will strive and do our best to perfect these conditions. But if we cannot meet those conditions, we will come back to the courts and seek for a variation. Because we have shown that these are young persons who are hungry. The essence of the protest of August 2nd is to end hunger.
Nice. Do you know that these children don't have the money to build themselves and they were taking boats? Of course they did. And do you know that many of them just carried that Russian flag, ran with it? They didn't even understand the repercussion or what that meant. They just carried it and were running around, protesting and nothing more. And now they are charging them for terrorism and a plan to overthrow Tinubu's government. My God, I don't get it. This typically means that these children have not been in school, these children have not seen their family members since August 3rd, these children have been kept in prison unattended to and no one is taking care of them. Drama continues. You think this is all of it? Have you heard of what the government lawyer said? Oh, please listen to what he said. In fact, this is so heart-touching.
These boys that we brought to the court today, all of them are adults. Most of them are married men. None of them is a minor. Some of them are university graduates. The small kids you are seeing here, they came with some of their parents to come and greet their loved ones. They are not even the real suspect standing trial in this case. These young boys are trying to destabilize Nigeria using the Russian flags and other countries, calling on the military to remove our president.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking? The court is no longer a safe place for us. So, hey, but one funny thing I would want you to look keenly is the people behind him. They are dressed similarly as he is, so that portrays that they are his colleagues, right? This man thinks he's trying to play with the mind of Nigerians, or even his colleagues right before the national TV are laughing at him because they know what he's saying is out of point. Could it be that this man drank something before making this speech? Like, I don't get. What is this man trying to say? Even his colleagues standing right beside him, behind him, don't even agree with what he's saying. Look at them laughing. Oh my God. Meanwhile, prior to this case, Boko Haram terrorists who were arrested were granted bail, like free of charge, to mingle and associate with people in the society. And you tell me that Boko Haram and terrorism will end anytime soon? They allegedly said that these people have repented and are free and to live among people in the society. You are free criminals to go and continue with their criminality, to go and continue terrorizing people. And these children, I don't think from what I'm seeing, any of them is up to 18 over there. They are still minor, and you are telling these kids to build themselves with 10 million naira? If they had 10 million naira, do you think they will come out and protest? Even if they had just let's say 100,000 naira, would they have come out to protest? We have so many criminals parading themselves with armed security men. Imagine Yaya Bello for the past 6 months has not been caught and arrested. Even when he was taken to the EFCC office, they were blindfolded until he left, and the story was something else. And now these children who just came out to cry out for hunger have been arrested. Yaya Bello, who stole 84 billion naira, is parading freely and later on stole 100 billion naira, and nothing has been done. Oh, where are we heading to? Honestly, we should be ashamed as a country, honestly, because this is so unspeakable. So many of our political leaders stole and did so many unspeakable things and are roaming around freely without anybody charging them. And people who cannot defend themselves are the ones falling guilty, they are the ones being punished, even for crimes they didn't commit, crimes that are minor that can be pardoned. I am just hoping and praying that all the human rights activists and personnel will come out stand for these children, fight for them, just as their lawyers are fighting for them.